spring break? Well, you guys, some of you, are coming back after spring break. So, first and foremost, we're going to find out what we're going to do for spring break. And then we're going to talk about what happens for you guys when you come back from spring break. Mr. Morton, do you have any plans for spring break? I believe there is a daughter in your future.
Well, you mean a new daughter? Or just...
Are you having another kid?
No, that's what I'm asking. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I do have an existing daughter. She's 26. She lives in Denver, Colorado. So my wife and I are going to go visit my daughter.
And it's not cold in Colorado anymore.
No.
All right, Mr. Mitchell, you got any plans?
I'm golfing.
Let's go on golfing.
Going down to Pismo Beach.
All right.
Gonna stay down there for a couple of days, play a couple of golf courses, eat some good food, walk the beach. Gonna have a nice, relaxing time.
And I know you got a couple golfers in your class. I got 2 or 3 in my class. I'm sure there's a couple in Mr. Morton-Henry's class. But I was talking to Adeline, who's our resident golfer. We have a few other ones, so I don't leave you out. I just happen to be talking to Adeline. And she said her favorite course, and if you want to know, what is your favorite course that you ever played?
Let's see. You know, there's a lot of golf courses that I've played in my time. And I gotta admit, when I go down to Carmel has some just gorgeous golf courses. So there's a bunch of them that I like, but the area, the country that I like to play more than anywhere else is Carmel.
Right.
Beautiful area.
Beautiful area. Well, Mr. Shoemaker is trying to decide still. I'm not quite sure. In a normal time, I'd be headed for Puerto Rico, people. But I don't know. This COVID thing and this flying thing, I'm a little nervous. We shall see. I probably will do some adventuring locally around California. But if I get the wild hair, if I get the feeling, I may head back to Cleveland for a second, check in on some things over there, and head to the islands of Puerto Rico. But I don't know. We shall see. But I don't know. When I come back, I know there'll be some smiling faces here to greet me. So, we're going to jump right into it, guys. And there's really 2 facets of this whole thing. Some of you guys are coming back. Some of you guys are staying at home. Now, if you're staying at home, not a whole lot is going to change per se. But there are some expectations that you got to understand if you're staying at home. Right? We're going to have 1 teacher with all the classes going online. And we're all going to be doing the same thing, which, believe it or not, we pretty much do anyway. All right? But, you know, the first couple months we did exactly the same thing. And then throughout we switched. Sometimes we used a different video workout than other people. But now we're going to go back. We're going to have the same workouts as the class. And you're going to have the shoe time in the morning still, giving you lots of good information. But here's the deal. Right? It could be me teaching. It could be Mr. Morton-Henry teaching. Could be Mr. Mitchell teaching. Whoever is teaching in front of the screen at that time is in effect your teacher. So if you're in my class and Mr. Mitchell is there, if he asks you to do something, you do it. Guess what? Not only do I see these guys for the whole every day, but we talk all the time too. Right? It's not like you do something, oh well, Mr. Shoemaker's not here. Now my kids, most of you guys wouldn't do that anyway, 99% of you. But just saying in general terms, if Mr. Mitchell is teaching the class, if Mr. Mitchell has to tell me, hey, you know what, I tried, but this kid, he lost a point for the day, then I'm going to take away 2 points for the day. Because you're not being honest, respectful, and responsible with a fellow teacher in the department. We're here to go. So just be respectful, all right? If you got an A now from doing all the stuff you're doing, chances are you're doing the right thing. You probably still have an A, right? If you got a D now, chances are you probably will still have a D afterwards unless you fix your attitude and start participating a little bit more. But saying that to say, when you come back from break and everyone comes back, this is how it's going to look. And we're going to break it down as a group, but I'm going to start basically how it's going to look. Right? We're all going to meet in one central location. And that central location is probably 99% going to be the gym. All right? I'll have my computer. I'll have my kids with me. You're going to bring your backpack with you. We'll go on all that stuff. I'll have all my kids with me. Mr. Morton will have his kids with him, the ones that are in person, and his own computer. Mr. Mitchell, same thing.
And we'll be spread out in the gym, at different corners of the gym.
Yeah, so I'll be talking to my class. We'll check in with each other. I'm still going to see you guys every single day just a little bit less for the people online, unless it's my day, then I'll see you a whole lot longer, all right? Now, saying that to say, as we go through, we're going to talk, do question of the day, take attendance, do whatever we have to do, check on each other, see how people are doing, and then it's going to be time where those that are here in person, we're going to break out and go do some sort of in-person activity. And the goal is to make it exercise, but as fun as possible. And we'll get to all that. But whoever is going to be online, well then at that point, we'll have all the computers set up in one spot, and you better listen to whoever's doing the online stuff, because whatever they say goes. Now, that being said, all of us here, we really genuinely care about you, so if you have an issue with the camera and they don't know it, and it's a legitimate issue, maybe that your teacher knows about, well, you better private chat them and say, hey, listen, just so you know I have this or whatever, all right? And just so you don't think that we're stupid, he's going to say, hey, I got Joey in your X period class. He says he's been having trouble with the camera. Oh, he's always on. And if you're always on, well, the chances are you might really be having a camera problem. But if you're a person that disappears out of nowhere, we'll know about that too. So all we're saying is be honest, respectful, responsible, and be ready to go.
I'm looking forward to meeting the 20-some-odd kids per period that are online in Mr. Shoemake's class. I'm looking forward to meeting the 20-some-odd kids that are in Mr. Motorway's class every day. So for me, I'm going to meet 40 new kids per period per day, and I'm looking forward to it. And when I do have online learning, I'm going to, at the end of the day, have little checks and circles and question marks next to kids' names, and the three of us will sit down, especially that first week, and we'll just throw names out at each other. You know, what did you think about, Joey Johnson when he was in your class? What did you think about Mary Sullivan when she was in your class? And we'll basically feed each other about you. I know my class inside and out now. What I want to know is their classes also. And we'll have round tables and we'll have discussions every single day after school about the kids in our classes and what's going on. Because we're all going to grade you. We're going to grade you on how well you're doing online. We're going to grade you on how well you do the videos. We're going to grade you on whether your camera is on. We're going to grade you on whether or not you come late to class every day. We're going to grade you on whether you come to class at all. We're going to grade you like we grade you all the way up until now. The only difference is we're going to rotate.
There you go.
In front of the table.
So having said that, real quick, I think some of you your anxiety might be going up right now because you're thinking, well, my goodness, let's just pretend, let's say Mr. Shoemake and I are in the gym. So we all, and Mr. Mitchell's class in the gym. So we're all going to come to the gym. We're going to be spread out, like Mr. Mitchell said. We're going to take roll, be about 10 minutes. Then what's going to happen, for example, if it was Mr. Shoemake and I team teaching in the gym, he and I would stay in there with all the in-person students. Mr. Mitchell then would take my computer, Mr. Shoemake's computer, his computer, up to the office. And if you remember at the very beginning of the year, remember we were team teaching at the very beginning of the year?
Mm-hmm.
We had 3 computers looking at one teacher. I think probably some of you are thinking, oh my goodness, now I'm going to be seen by not only a teacher that I don't have normally, in this example, Mr. Mitchell, now all the other students are going to see me. That's not true. The only person that's going to be seeing you is the teacher. I think they might be thinking that 2 other classes are going to be watching.
No, we're not doing the online where I put all the pupils into your class. We're not doing that.
Right.
Separate computers, for sure.
Right. So we'll all meet in the gym. We'll take roll, do our question of the day, or whatever little protocols we have in place. From there, after 10 minutes, if you're an in-person student, you'll bring your backpack with you, of course. We'll store it in the gym for now, in a safe area of the gym. And then if you're in person, you'll stay with Mr. Shoemake and I. If you are an online learner, you will have, in this example, Mr. Mitchell. And you'll do the whole video thing with him, and Mr. Shoemake and I will be in the gym live.
And then the next day or the next week, we'll rotate. Someone else will be teaching you online. Somebody else will be teaching the kids that come back to Bret Hart. Then we'll just continually rotate in a circle.
There we go, there we go. Well, the first thing I wanna know is, at this round table we're gonna be having every day, will there be pepperoni round table available?
Oh, I would think food is a necessity.
Oh, well, there you go.
Absolutely.
All right, all right,
Sounds
little
good.
bond there, sounds good. Okay, here's the deal. You know about the online stuff, you guys have been doing online. The only thing pretty much changing is the face that's telling you every other day or every 2 days, however much we rotate. But just be the best Bronco that you can be, honest, respectful, and responsible, and you'll be knocking it out of the park.
You guys know us. You guys know us from shoot time. I mean,
Same
we haven't
back
changed.
time, same back channel, same
Exactly.
people.
And also, guys, we're gonna have hand sanitizer. We would request when you walk in with your backpack, put your backpack down, come over, scrub your hands up a little bit, stay clean, right?
There it is. So we're gonna talk about this as we go. These are heavy.
Yeah, we're gonna go down the list of things we were
He's
saying for.
He's quick, he wants to be clean, he cares about your health and safety.
Well, we've already talked about grading, guys, that's number 9.
All right, so
Well,
here it is.
Bear with us, guys.
You want to do in-person learning first? Talk about how we're gonna handle in-person learning?
Now you got everyone trying to host the show. You see what I'm saying? Here's the deal, guys.
Who's the host
We
of the show?
took care of the online learning. All right, so keep pushing an online bill. Now we got people coming back to school for the first time in a year. So here is the whole rundown. Now, whether you like it or not, we're all under the same protocols, and we got to make sure everyone stays safe. That's the safe #1 priority. So you have to wear a mask when you come in. All right, we're all going to meet in one spot, all the classes. 99% chance it's going to be the gym. So when you come in that first day, in your mask, with your backpack, you're going to go to the gym. You're going to come in, by the door, there will be hand sanitizer and things set up. You're going to walk in, make sure you get everything good to go on your hands there, all right? Great. Coming in, you're going to put your bag down. We're going to keep our bags in the gym environment.
Now, I don't want to interrupt, but we're gonna have. You're gonna be 3 feet apart, right? That's the deal.
You
You
can't
can't.
follow all safety protocols.
You can't be hugging your buddy on your way to class. You can't do that. You can't, when you first walk on campus, jump out of your parents' car and go shooting and jumping into the arms of somebody you haven't seen in 6 months. Can't do that. Sorry, can't. Okay? We're maintaining that social distancing. We're maintaining it the whole time while you're on campus. Have to.
The way it rolls, it's going to be a little different, guys. You're just going to roll with it. It's going to be a little bit different. So make sure you're keeping social distance. That's for sure.
Sorry to interrupt.
No problem. You're not interrupting the opportunity, right?
Or,
Interruption or opportunity.
there you go.
So, clean your hands up. We'll have a designated spot for you to put all of your bags. It'll be nice and safe. No one will be in and out of the gym except for us and our class, for our students that are there. All right, everything will be locked up, good to go. Now, here's the key that's going to be a little bit different. Due to the protocol, you will not be allowed in the locker room to change. So you're not going to have PE clothes. What that means is, not your judge. You wear whatever you want to wear to school. But you have to be mindful, when you come to PE, you're not going to be changing. So you want to wear something that you're fine standing up in, bending over, moving. All right? So, you got to be mindful of the clothes you wear, something comfortable. Now, one thing that is a necessity. All right? I'm chilling, we're shooting shoe time, I got my flops on. But if you're running, you can't run in flops. You got to wear some sort of athletic shoe to run in. If you are a person that likes to wear flops, well, you can't do it. But that's okay. If you're wearing high heels, well, you better bring a spare pair of shoes in your backpack with you. Always have the proper footwear either in your backpack or on your feet ready to go when you come to PE. And it's really important that you remember that we are going to be moving for PE. And it doesn't mean necessarily we're going to be running the mile, but we'll be doing things that are, fun. Whether that's floorball, whether that's basketball, whether that's relays, a bunch of different things. So we might ask you to bend down, pick this, and pass it to the next person. So, if you are a person who likes to wear inappropriate clothing for that kind of activity, think about it, all right? Be prepared.
And we'll talk to you when you come back that first week, obviously. We'll iron out all the bumps about clothing when we're there. But that first day, wear sneakers.
Yep, there it is. Now, here's the rundown too. All of the drinking fountains on campus have been basically sealed off and covered up. The water bottle stations are open, but all the drinking fountains are sealed up. So you absolutely want to bring a water bottle, whether it's a plastic one or one of the metal refillable ones. And if you need water, you can get water from your water bottle. If you don't have one, you're kind of out of luck. And I hate to say that because you can't share water with someone else because we got this COVID thing going on. And you can't go to the drinking fountain because, well, we got this COVID thing going on. So everyone should plan on bringing a water bottle and having it with them so they can have their own sense of hydration. That is going to be a very big thing to talk about. Okay? So, we are going to have everyone do, we are probably more excited than you are. All right? So we are going to have a bunch of different activities to do. So we'll be inside, we'll be outside, we'll be getting on all over the place. But we want you to understand, proper attire is rule, well, number one, rule number three, but rule number one, you know? Rule number one, really. So, keeping that in mind, be prepared for that. Bringing a positive attitude is number one. Be flexible with it. And let's go to Mr. Von Hemwick to explain a little bit more about that.
So guys, when you show up, it's going to be new. You're going to have a feeling like Mr. Mitchell said, you're going to want to probably jump out of the car and you're not going to know who's showing up. Oh, there's Jimmy, there's Susan, and you're going to want to run up to him. I don't know how to say it, but you just can't do it.
Yeah, that's going to be hard.
You can go up to them, stay 3 feet apart. That's the rule, right? It's 3 feet now.
I think it's 3.
3 feet. So, be mature. Here's the thing. If you're mature about this and you have a good attitude and you're flexible, you're going to have some freedoms. All right? Within the rules. If you don't have a flexible attitude, you know what they're going to do? They're going to decrease that freedom you have. And they're going to keep you 4 or 5 feet apart. That's just how it works. It's kind of how we do it in our class. We'll give you some freedom, but if you can't handle it, guess what we do? We tighten it up. So, follow the rules and have a good, positive attitude. What's fun, hopefully gets repeated. What gets repeated gets mastered. So if we make these items fun that we're doing at school, hopefully we can repeat them and get good at following the rules. And by the time you know it, boom, the year will be over, summer, and then going into your high school year, all this COVID stuff will be gone. Don't you guys hope it is?
I hope it's gone.
Oh, do I ever.
Yes. It's not been easy. Not been easy. So, in quick review, 1, wear a mask. 2, meet in the gym. 3, wash your hands. We'll have stuff to sanitize your hands. 4, bring appropriate clothes so you can participate in PE.
And think about what period you're here.
Good
Because
point.
second period, first period is going to be cold. 5th period, 6th period is going to be hot. So if you're here in the morning, you have a sweatshirt. But if you're here in the afternoon, you probably just want to have a t-shirt. So you won't have to have both, the sweatshirt and the t-shirt.
Bring your own water. Oh, sorry, Mr. Mitchell.
I'm just saying.
Bring your own water bottle. Remember, we'll be rotating as teachers. We'll be team teaching. Backpacks will be stored in the gym. Behavior expectations, just HR squared. Honesty, respect, responsibility. Remember, your grade will be discussed amongst us. But my students will be graded by me ultimately. And the same with these guys. Their students will be graded by them. And have a flexible attitude. Here's a question for you guys. Have you ever had a time in your life where you trusted someone or you did not trust them simply based on the way they looked or dressed? Mr. Mitchell, has there ever been a time in your life where you either trusted someone or didn't solely based on their appearance?
Yep. One of the best guys I ever knew looked like a psycho killer. He was a biker. He had the big boots. He had tattoos all over his body. He had facial hair all over his body. And you look at him and you go, oh my God, that guy's straight out of jail. Nothing was further from the truth. He was the nicest guy you ever wanted to meet. Kind of guy like if you were ever in trouble, you called him, he'd be there in a heartbeat.
Do you still know him? Was this when you were younger?
No, sadly, at the age that I am right now, he passed a few years back.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Mr. Shoemaker.
Well, when I first started here, I trusted that these guys weren't crazy. Boy, was I wrong. Woo! Well, you know what? There's been a lot of different situations with trust, And I have kind of operated in life under the motto, first we try, then we trust. Trust is earned, not given, kind of deal. And I do think that, that's within reason. You want to believe that people have the right thing in mind, and then you give opportunities to earn trust, and then you go from there. But when I was your age especially, there were situations, just to be perfectly honest with you, of situations where I didn't trust an assistant coach that I had once on the football field because he looked like he knew what he was doing. And, I was a coach. I thought you're a coach. You got to know what you're doing, right? But, he was a helpful person. He was. He wasn't a mean person, but he was just a parent of another kid on the team. He was just trying to jump in, but it turns out he didn't really know that much about football. So he was helping out where he could, and there were some things I had to unlearn that I learned from him. But it doesn't mean he's a bad person. It just meant that there was a situation where, you put blind trust into someone, which I kind of did, thinking, he's in the right position to be. And, I really, had to unlearn some of the things that I learned from him. Because they weren't necessarily terribly wrong, but they weren't the exact right way of doing things. So I would say a personal shoemake philosophy is, you trust, you learn from people, and then always do your own research. And then if you're into something you want to know about, do your own research, and then really get down, if you're interested in something, get down to the bottom of it.
Who is it that says trust but verify?
Trust but verify. That's a good
I
one.
like that. And that's so true. Trust but verify. Consistent behavior over time is the people we trust most, right?
Sure.
I mean, these guys aren't perfect. They know I'm not perfect, but you know what? I usually know what I'm going to get from Mr. Mitchell. I usually know what I'm going to get from Mr. Shoemake. Now, they might have a bad day, a bad hour, a bad moment. Same with me. But I know what I'm going to get from these guys usually. That's why I trust them. Me, like Mr. Mitchell, I had a guy that he is tattered from head to toe. And big beard. And I actually had his daughter in 8th grade. Now she's about 21 years old. So it's been a while. But I met him through his daughter. And his name's Alex. Just big, burly guy. And a little bit intimidating. But when I got to know him, he was just a soft, cuddly teddy bear. Still is to this day. And still is to this day. Sports Factor, what do you got for us this time?
All right, I'm sticking with baseball. By the way, those of you who got that question right, very nice, without having to look it up. I was watching that opening day Giant game. I went to sleep, they were up 5-1. I woke up in the morning, they lost 8-7. Bad bullpen. Bad bullpen! So we're going to stick with baseball. I'm just going to ask you a run-of-the-mill easy question. Who won it all last year? Who were the COVID champions of baseball last year?
The World Series champions of COVID.
Jolly Geographer!
Well, thinking about the World Series champions of COVID, they are a team that Giants fans should know pretty well. And my question for all you baseball fans out there is the obvious one, what city do they play in now? But the not so obvious one, where did they come from before they went to that city? Where did they originally play ball?
Good question. Good question. Hey guys, why did the candy bar go to school?
Why?
It wanted to be a Smartie. Woo! They just keep getting better, don't they? They just keep getting better.
Killing me, Smalls.
Oh, hey, listen, guys. Here's a good principle before we go. Attitude is more important than appearance, giftedness, or skill. The way I remember that is attitude is more important than AGS. A-G-S. A-G-S. Appearance, giftedness, or skill. Attitude is more important than appearance, giftedness, or skill. Think about that. You could look real good on the outside and have great gifts. You might be really good at some things in life. You might have even intricate skills regarding those gifted areas. You might just shine and be wonderful. But your attitude is not good, and you're going to lose friends. Or they'll just want to be around you for what you can give them. All right, so keep that in mind. Another way to put it is life is 10% what happens to you, and 90% how you respond to it. Life is 10% what happens to you. There's some things in life you can't control. They happen. They're out of your control. You can either get sour and angry, or you can go from being bitter to better. You know the difference between bitter and better? Better is bitter, but with the I bent over into an E. You bend over in humility. You accept those things you can't change. So, things in life that are tough are going to happen to you. That's 10% of life. You can't control it. But the other 90% is how you respond to it, how you react to it. So, no matter what happens to you, have a can-do attitude. I can do it attitude.
It's like the do, like the wah and the diddy did.
The do what diddy dum diddy do. Snapping his fingers and his shuffling his feet. Saying do what diddy dum diddy do. She looks good.
She looks good.
Tastes good.
Looks fine.
Tastes good. Tastes fine.
What's going on here? What are we doing here?
We're still building healthy relationships.
And what's the purpose of Bret Hart?
HR squared.
Honesty, respect, responsibility.
Responsibility.
Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, have a beautiful spring break. And you guys that are coming back, we'll see you in person. When you come back, and you guys online, we'll still see you. But always, everybody try to be a little bit better today than you were yesterday. And keep on pushing. Push on 3. 1, 2, 3. Push!